Hey everybody, welcome back to the show. One of my favorite shows of the week is the Friday Review, and it's because I get to talk a little bit about everything, right? So I get to share with you some research that I've been reading during the week that I just love to share with people, brand new products that I'm testing out myself or we're using in our practice. I love to be able to bring you either a quick tip of the week, which I have for you here today, a good one if you wake up in the middle of the night, can't fall back to sleep, I've got a quick tip for you. And then also what I'd love to be able to do is a quick recap for the week, just in case you may have missed anything. So let's dive right into the show. First things first today, did you miss any of the shows in the Cabral Concept over the last week? Now, does it matter to you? I don't know. Well, let's see. Let's check out these topics. On Monday, it was stop trying or aspiring and instead start becoming. One of the biggest issues I see is just people saying, oh, one day, or this is what I want to do. And there's all this want to and talking about and maybe and someday. If it's really important to you, it's going to take a few weeks. It's going to take a few months. It might take a few years. Better to get started now. That's truly how we begin to learn. That was episode 3384. Check that out in depth. Tuesday's show was all about kidney stones. Whenever I get a lot of questions on the weekend house calls, and I haven't done a specific podcast on it, I typically create one solo show for it. So now you know all of the causes and all of the natural cures for kidney stones. That was episode 3385. 3386 was the natural Ozempic is here. We're actually going to be talking about it here today, but definitely tune into that show because I give you how nature gave us the ability to increase our own GLP-1s, right? So Wegovy, Ozempic, et cetera, et cetera. There'll be plenty of new ones in the future. Nature gave us actually our own way to reduce appetite, to lose weight, to improve insulin, and I'm going to go over some of that here today as well. So how do you burn more fat without all of the nasty side effects of Ozempic? All right. And then yesterday was all about detoxing microplastics, how to clear them from your body and brain. Microplastics are in the news. They're not going to go away anytime soon because they are so pervasive in our environment. I gave you an all-encompassing show on how to get started and what to do. All right, so let's dive right into before we get to our fun quick tip instead of our book review of the week, I'm going to go over actually exactly what we are using in our practice and took exactly 18 months in order to create. This is something that I'm extremely proud of, and so is the whole team, but this is literally the best of nature. It's called the GLP-1 Tone system, and it is comprehensive support for your metabolism and weight management. But remember, all sorts of things can have all sorts of fancy names. What really matters is the ingredients and if they're backed by science. So I'm going to share with you exactly what the GLP-1 Tone has, and that's berberine at 500 milligrams. It is turmeric. It is ginger root. It's quercetin. It is EGCG from green tea without the caffeine, and resveratrol, plus BioPerine in order to be able to enhance absorption. Again, why were those 6 different ingredients chosen? Because they all enhance GLP-1 based effects. That means they're going to help with appetite control, weight loss, and blood sugar balance. Again, I have to say that I can't provide any medical advice, medical treatments, medical cures, medical diagnosis. But if you are looking for a way to not have all of the side effects of the constipation, nausea, stomach paralysis, or potential thyroid-based issues, this is a much better natural alternative that we are using in our practice backed by science. And the nice thing is these things, for us at least, at Equilife, it's always guaranteed to work. If it doesn't work for you, ship it back. Like that's or just you get refunded, 100% refund. Like I want everybody to know that anything that we formulate, we guarantee. That's the way that it should be. But also the GLP-1 Tone system comes with specific strains of probiotics at the exact right dosage that help to increase your own natural bacteria to produce GLP-1s inside of your own gut, right? So what is that? Bifidobacterium breve, Lactobacillus rhamnosus, Lactobacillus plantarum, Bifidobacterium animalis, and Lactobacillus reuteri, plus 1 billion colony forming units or total forming units of Akkermansia. And Akkermansia is the #1 studied probiotic strain to improve GLP-1. Like literally, this is what's studied. This is what help improves it. So if you're looking for a natural way to get the benefits of GLP-1s, again, without all the digestive issues, and also with the understanding that this is the natural way to do it, because if not, you need to just stay on GLP-1s for the rest of your life, and nobody has any idea what those side effects will be because they've never been studied in that way. So what I wanted to do was share that with you here today. And you can find the GLP-1 Tone system at stephencabral.com/shop. That just takes you over to Equilife. Check out the ingredients, see if it's the right fit for you. If it's not, that's okay too. You can always look at other sites, other formulations. I'm good with that, but I wanted to show you what took 18 months to formulate and we'll be using in our practice for years to come. I can't link that up, but again, you can find it at stephencabral.com/shop and just type in GLP. You'll be able to find it in the search bar. All right, let's now get to our quick tip of the week. Sometimes I bring you a book review. Sometimes I bring you a quick tip. A lot of people waking up 2, 3 a.m. or so in the morning or the middle of the night. I'll tell you, you want to look out for what that is, right? Is it a spike in cortisol? Is it a drop in blood sugar? Is it estrogen imbalance? Meaning like, do you have imbalanced levels of estrogen for women? So there's many reasons why you might be waking. Low melatonin production. And you can find that out with lab testing. You really can. Best lab test to run is the stress, mood, and metabolism test for that. So if you have sleep issues, you have stress-based issues, maybe cortisol issues, you might have hormone imbalances, you might have blood sugar issues, you might have thyroid, this tests for all of that. And you can do it right at home in the privacy of your own home. So again, all of these things are at our clinical practice. You don't have to run it through us. You can also run it through an integrative health practitioner, or you can run it through a naturopathic doctor. So whatever works for you, happy to help you with that. But again, you can look up what it includes at stephencabral.com/shop. All right. So what is the quick tip? The quick tip is the 4-7-8 breathing method. I'm not sure if you've heard about this before. I brought you many different methods of breathing. My favorite being just resonance breathing, which is just watching the circle close, watching the circle expand on a free YouTube video, or you can use the Elite HRV app, which is free, along with a polar heart rate strap monitor, which is great. All of these, again, are on my resources page. So I love that. That's maybe a little bit more high tech, but you don't want to turn on your phone during the middle of the night. And one thing that really helps people relax beyond box breathing, which I've shared before, which is basically 4 seconds breathing in, 4 second hold, 4 second breathe out, 4 second hold, and repeat. This is called 4-7-8. So 4 is your breath in, 3 to 5 seconds in, and then it has to be 5 or more seconds out. And you just breathe out that stress. Breathe out through the nose or mouth. Breathe always in through your nasal passages if possible. So 4-7-8 is 4 seconds of a breath in, a 7-second hold, and 8 seconds out. It can just be approximate. It's okay. But again, longer out than in. And you want to do this for 10 rounds. So many people have found this to be helpful. Just instead of getting out of bed, just lie there, relax, focus on your breath. Don't focus on your thoughts. And that's been extremely helpful. Some people, they actually follow that up with counting backwards from 300 by threes. I don't think that would work for me, to be honest, because if I'm counting backwards by 300 by threes, it then becomes a competition for me to get from 300 to 0. And in my mind, not everybody's mind. And so I'll be like, all right, 297, 294. I'll start I'll be concentrating too much. So for me, doing math, not a good thing. So for me though, truthfully, always going back to my breath. If I come back to my breath, then it helps calm the nervous system. So give that a tip. Let me know how it goes for you. All right. We've got 2 research studies of the week. Again, I love being able to bring you research, and I try to choose ones that really will matter in your life. The first one is this: exercise can give you a 24-hour boost in memory. So literally all day boost in memory, greater than 24 hours by exercising. So I'm going to give you my tip in a moment, but research shows that on average, people ages 50 to 83 who did more moderate to vigorous physical activity than usual on a given day did better in memory tests than the day after. Exercise increases blood flow to the brain and stimulates the release of neurotransmitters such as norepinephrine and dopamine. Those are called your excitatory neurotransmitters that help a range of cognitive functions. Less time spent sitting and getting 6 hours or more sleep, especially deep sleep, are also linked to better scores on memory tests the next day. All right, but let's focus on the exercise here today. My belief, this is what I've seen work really well in my practice. I work with many people ages 50 and up. I would say that's the majority of our practice, but we see obviously people of all ages, children as well, 3 and up, but a lot of people 50, meaning like women going through menopause, men going through andropause, and just wanting to live longer, stronger. Like that's the truth. Okay, so great. So what can we do? Exercise. But a lot of people are not finding exercising on an empty stomach first thing in the morning. It burns them out. It's just they're not feeling great doing it. Totally get it. I don't do it myself. Some people might work for them. Great. Some people might go for a fasted walk. Different story. We're talking about exercise here. So we find mid-morning. So if you're able to, now this doesn't work for everybody. I have to do mine later in the day, late afternoon, because that's what it works in my schedule. But the nice thing is you get the boost the next day too. But I'm going to share with you a big tip. So for people that don't have the best energy, they have brain fog, they have low mood, here's what I like them to do. They wake up, they get ready for the day right away. So they don't sit around. So they take a shower, they do whatever they need to do. They just wake up and get ready for the day. Then an hour or so later, they're going to have breakfast, a light breakfast, a smoothie, nothing too crazy. And about an hour, hour and a half later, they're going to do their exercise. So they've got a little food in their stomach. They're stabilizing blood sugar. Their cortisol's not out of control because the balanced smoothie helped to balance that, bring down cortisol levels, and then they exercise. Then the exercise is done an hour or so, 2 hours before lunch. It gives them a boost in energy, great for overall fat burning, and then they take that energy for the rest of the day. And it's tremendously helpful. So what's the exercise? Some days it's cardio. Some days it's high intensity interval training. Some days it's weight training. And so the nice thing is it gets their heart rate up either way. 2-3 days a week is strength training, 2-3 days cardio, and it can get exceptional results. This is on top of walking though. So walking is great, but the exercise gives them energy and it improves brain function. Can't recommend that enough. Just make it a part of your daily routine. Maybe it's your lunch break, like wherever you need it. A lunch break can be a great time to do it. I used to do that when I was working at certain establishments as I would do it during lunch. And so that enabled me to then have energy for the whole rest of the day, right? So it's a great way to look at exercise. It's kind of a natural boost. Just be careful doing it within 3 to 4 hours of bed. It may decrease your total sleep time. All right, one more research study I wanted to bring you here today. Coffee and tea. Lots of people love coffee and tea. Here's the nice thing. It doesn't have to be bad for you. There's a lot of people saying, you shouldn't drink coffee because it's so bad for your adrenals, so bad for your health. Well, I ask, okay, that might be true, like without a doubt. If you have high cortisol, coffee's going to be bad, right? Any caffeine's going to be bad, no doubt about it. If you have someone with normal cortisol, you're a balanced individual, and you drink that coffee after you've had some food in your stomach after breakfast, can be totally fine for most people. Now, should you go over 200 milligrams a day of caffeine? Probably not for most people. 300 milligrams would most likely be max. And I agree with that. I agree with that as well. But here's the thing. The coffee can be decaf if you want. If you just like the taste of coffee, you can find a safe CO2 extraction method or a Swiss water process one. We have one over on Equalife at stephencabral.com/shop. Super high in antioxidants because that's what you're looking for. They're finding that it's in tea as well, because it is the polyphenols, right? So it's these very powerful plant-based antioxidants that is enabling people to get all these benefits of the brain. Now, caffeine, believe it or not, does have some benefits for the brain as well. So I like to stand biased, but you don't need to do caffeinated coffee. And also matcha green tea has these benefits, and that has about 44 milligrams of caffeine per cup, where a small cup of coffee might have 150 milligrams. So you're looking at what, like about a third? Yeah. So it has less caffeine and has theobromine and L-theanine. So that cortisol spike doesn't get to be as much. But also, if you have coffee after a meal, it's going to be less, right? In Ayurvedic medicine, they talked about it, and even my Mediterranean roots and Portuguese and Italian ancestors, it would be after the meal as a digestive. So anyway, I digress, but you can just do decaf as well, and you're going to get these benefits. So up to 2 cups of tea, also lowered risk. These cognitive benefits may be derived from anti-inflammatory plant compounds found in both of these beverages, since inflammation is suspected to play a role in dementia. This was a study of over 6,000 older adults by researchers at Harvard T.H. Chan School of Public Health in Boston, and also in conjunction with, and I apologize, I'm not going to pronounce this correctly, but Zhejiang University School of Medicine in China, and presented in the 2024 Alzheimer's Association International Conference. So there you have it. It's one more reason to have one of these or two of these cups of healthy beverages per day. I just think it can be a great way, especially for Americans, to get those antioxidants into their body if you're not doing your 7 to 9 servings of fruits and veggies every day. All right, those are the research studies. I'm going to link it up for you if you want to do a deeper dive. Have an amazing rest of the day, everybody. I'll be back tomorrow with our Cabral House Calls. Take care. Thanks so much for tuning into today's show. Before you go, don't forget to hit that subscribe button. I want to make sure that you're getting our daily content, not missing out on anything functional medicine, wellness, weight gain, weight loss, anti-aging, living longer, stronger, and all of the most cutting-edge research. And if there's any topics you want to hear, feel free to leave them in the comments below. Take care.